Happy Fri-YAY, friends! It is time for another fun stamping card, and today I'm going to feature a single stamp set and show you how to step up some simple stamping. So let's get started. Okay, so we are going to be using the Round of Hellos stamp set today. There's no dies with this stamp set, but it's a really fun set to just play with simple stamping, right? Like there's all kinds of techniques we can do and all kinds of fun, but sometimes simple stamping really is wow. So here is today's card. Isn't that fun? I am going to show you a little bit of blending, but it really is just a simple stamping card. So let's get started. I've got some extra tips and tricks to share with you with this stamp set. It's really fun with the circle stamp and all of the other floral designs. It's a good one. So let's start with some simple stamping. I've got some basic white here, just a scrap, and I'm going to start with some Pool Party. So I've got Pool Party ink here. We're just going to open that up, and I've got this super cute half daisy stamp. So we're just going to ink this up, and we're going to stamp this 6 times. Isn't that cute? And you can stamp these together if you want to make a bigger daisy, but I'm going to show you how to do one that really pops. So 3, 4, 5, and let's do 6. So we'll set that aside for now. I'm going to bring in Memento, our Memento black ink, and we are going to stamp our sentiment, our thank you. Now you could use any of the sentiments in here. There's "You're amazing in every way," "Have a beautiful day," "Hello, hello, hello," and "Oh, happy day." That's a good one, right? So we'll just ink up our thank you, stamp that down, and we are good to go. So now, let me put the lid on that. So now what we'll do is we will take our snips, our scissors, our detail scissors, and we're going to hand cut these out. Now, I didn't want you to have to watch all of that, but it really is an easy image to hand cut out because it is just going along those lines. So magic of TV, I already did that for you, so you did not have to watch me do all those cuts today. So I'm just going to set those aside, and let's bring in our card base here. So this is just basic white. I'm going to fold this in half and burnish this. And while I am doing that, let me pop up my blog here for you, stampinqueenbee.com. If you want any of the measurements for any of my weekly videos, you can find them there, along with any classes you'd like to sign up for. You can find them there in the classes tab. The link to shop in my store, all of those things can be found there. But there is also a pop-up where you can sign up to be part of my weekly Buzz Bulletin. That's my free email, weekly email, where I will send you a PDF of today's card and each week's card with the pictures, the measurements, the supply list, and all the step-by-step instructions, totally free, just for being part of that Buzz Bulletin. So you'll want to go ahead and sign up for that. Okay, so I've already burnished my basic white here. I've got a piece of basic black, so let me just bring in my liquid glue here, and we're just going to adhere this right to the front of our card there. Just center that up. Just something about black and white with a little pop of color that really is like a classy, clean and simple card, right? I love fun folds. I love all the fancy techniques, but sometimes a simple card really is just kind of magical, right? Okay, so then I've got another piece of basic white for the inside. So we're gonna stamp that half daisy again. Let's do it on this side. And we're just gonna stamp this down in the corner there. And I'm going to bring in my Flirty Flamingo ink here, and we're going to stamp the flower center. So all these stamps are in this, there are these two right here for a round of hellos. It's kind of a sleeper stamp set. It's so cute. So many things. I love those dots, right? So many cute things. And then that was our thank you. So you can use these together like they're pictured here, but they are separate stamps. So you can stamp the hello and put oh happy day inside, or another sentiment you might have in another set. You can really mix and match that really well. Okay, so let's grab that flower center. And I've got my flirty flamingo here. So we're just going to, real quick, add a little daisy center there. Okay, now let's bring in a piece of grid paper here. And I have my Flirty Flamingo Dark Stampin' Blends marker. And I'm going to use the brush tip end here. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of speckle right over the daisy. So you just use the cap and you kind of flick it with that brush end just lightly, and it gives you just that little bit of splatter. So then we'll go ahead and put this on the inside of our card. Little liquid glue there. So you see, so far we're just stamps, ink, and paper. Of course, we'll add a little bling at the end, but stamps, ink, and paper can really make us a beautiful card. So there's the inside. And let's do our focal point now. So I've got my blending brush, my Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit of ink on there and make sure, there we go, that it looks like I want it before I start on my page here. And we're just gonna do a little bit of blending in the center. So I'm just going to kind of go in circular motion, real lightly, just in kind of the center of the page. So I'm almost just trying to create a little bit of a shadow with my Flirty Flamingo here. This is going to be kind of the behind the scenes piece of our flowers. So we'll just go ahead and blend that. And usually what I like to do is when I think it's done, I move it onto my table so I can see how it looks. And if I'm like, oh, I think I want to add a little bit more color, then I put it back. Because sometimes when you are looking at it here where you're blending, it's hard to see, right? It's hard to see what you've done or what you still want to do. You can always add more, but sure can't take it away so easy, right? So we'll just blend this. And any spots that look kind of splotchy, you can kind of go over them a little bit lightly, and it will kind of smooth that out. Okay, so we're almost, I think it looks good there. Okay, so now I'm going to take again that Stampin' Blends, the same dark Flirty Flamingo and the same brush tip end, and we're going to do that same speckling right over top of what we just did. So now this creates a really fun background piece to the flowers we're going to put together here. So this one we're also going to just add some liquid glue, and we'll just center that up. Now we're going to build our flowers. And so we need our bone folder for this. I've got my flower petals here. And we're going to need some mini glue dots. So that's what I like to use for these. So we're going to take our bone folder, and with the pointed end and kind of the side here of the bone folder, I'm going to hold my flower, and I'm just going to kind of curl up just ever so slightly my petals for my flowers here. And then I'm just going to stick them on a mini glue dot. So what I like to do is just kind of lay it out. Sometimes I'll tear it off like so and just lay it out. So I'll just go ahead and do these 6 of these because we're going to make 3 flowers. So each flower needs 2 of our flower halves here. So we'll just kind of turn these up. So you can use the side, you can use the point. It doesn't change how our card mails or anything. It just gives it just a little bit of pop, without tons of thickness. That's 4. This is the hardest part of the card, right? And it's not even hard. Okay, it's 4. We've got 5 and 1 more here. Turn those edges up. Just a simple way to kind of get our flowers to pop. Okay, so now we have all of these and we're just gonna build our flower design here. So we're just gonna go 1, they already have the glue dot on them, and then we're just gonna lay the second one kind of over it. So not next to it, but just slightly over it so it makes that circular kind of daisy. Then we'll do another one over here, and I'm just kind of turning them so they're not all the same direction. But do you see how that little bit of curling just gives the flowers just a tiny bit of pop? And then one more down here in the corner there. Perfect. And then let's grab a Stampin' Dimensional, a couple of them. And I've got my thank yous that I already cut out. And let's see, I think I did 2 of them. 2 just barely fit on there. So we'll just stick those just like that. Peel those backs off. And we'll stick that right in between our flowers there. And you can put those flowers closer, further apart. You get to choose. And then let's finish with a little bit of bling. So I have the Pearls of Beauty, and I love these white pearls up here. So we're gonna use the biggest ones, and we're gonna put them right in the center here of our flowers. So it really kind of ties them together when you're adding, when you're adding those 2 pieces together. The bling in the middle, you can see the difference, right? The bling in the middle just kind of ties those all together. There we go. So we have a simple stamping card where we put those daisies together. A little bit of blending, but what a fun set, right? That you can play with, and so many options. The tulip is adorable. And something I wanted to share about this big circle image, the hellos, is while there is no dies that go with this set specifically, you can punch that circle out with our 2 3/8 circle punch. So the 2 3/8 circle punch will punch out that hello easy peasy. So you can see I've done one here, and how nice and easy does that make punching that circle out, right? Because cutting a circle out, it'll never look like a circle if I did it. So I hope you love today's simple stamping card. It's so fun when you can just use stamps, ink, and paper and create something beautiful. So again, here is my website, my blog, where you can find the sign up for my weekly Buzz Bulletin, so you get that PDF emailed directly to you each week with the supply list, all the colors, step-by-step instructions. Makes video watching easy so you don't have to write all of that down, right? So let me come back and say thanks again for watching today. I appreciate you oh so much, more than you know for sure. Thanks for all your comments. I read and reply to each and every one. And stay tuned, because we're going to be doing something fun in that comment section soon. So you'll want to make sure that you're a consistent commenter, liker, sharer, all the things. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.